Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome to Business Strategies and Tips with Lady L. I am your host, Lady L, coming to you by way of Success Beyond Strategies, building strategies that become successful business actions, helping businesses and entrepreneurs define and identify their vision, mission, and purpose, turning them into legal, successful, profitable business entities. This show is brought to you by Magnet Exchange Group and magnetexchangegroup.com, a book and social club of like-minded individuals with a powerful magnetic attraction that develops healthy relationships, personal development, sharing wisdom and experiences in generational wealth development and wealth preservation. I will be posting the times that you can join in on our morning calls. Let me tell you, we are giving you the sauce for your ribs. As I like to say, we have so much in our... Okay, it's not happening. All right. Trying to work with some technology here. Y'all know how that goes. Let's see. We are going to continue today with what I had started on yesterday, talking about selecting the best business entity for your business model. And we were focusing on LLCs because that is one of the most popular business entities to secure. So let's dive right in. Now, we talked about yesterday that LLC has different subsidiaries to it, I'd like to say. You can be a sole proprietor, but being a sole proprietor gets no asset protection, no estate planning benefits, and no tax benefits. So therefore, when you are looking at a LLC classification, there's something else that you want to put in addition to that that will secure your asset protection, your estate planning benefits, and your tax benefits. So we'll talk about that. You have general and limited partnerships in LLCs, but the most popular partnership is the limited liability company, also LLPs. Now, traditionally, an LLC has 2 or more members, but that's changed where you can actually be a single member LLC. But when you are a single member LLC, the IRS is going to tax you as a sole proprietor. So you have to elect to be taxed differently, and that's where the your S Corp classification comes in with your LLC, and that will give you the ability to be able to utilize the asset protection, estate planning benefits, and tax benefits that comes with an LLC. Now, if you decide that you're a sole proprietor or partnership or corporation at the state level, now what happens there is you have to make sure that on a federal level with IRS that you elect to be taxed as an S Corp or C Corp if you choose. But both have benefits in their right situation. That's why it's critical to know, based on your vision, mission, and purpose, what entity is the best entity for what you are accomplishing with your business. Now, I'll give you an example. An LLC can be a great business entity, as the name applies, limited liability. That means the liability is on the company and not you. So let's say, for example, you have a brick and mortar business, someone slips and falls on your property. They can't sue you, but they can sue the company because you are an LLC and you've taken the time to make sure that you have filed your S Corp or C Corp status. So that's what moves it from it being a personal liability to being a company liability. Another example is for asset protection. Now, you, let's see. You have the argument that the LLC owns the property because nothing is in your name per se, it's in the company's name. But the person who puts the LLC in is not who is liable, as I forestated. But now somebody slips and falls, they'll sue the LLC, but they will not sue you. So that's your barrier of protection, which is under the umbrella of asset protection. Now, say for instance, an LLC is created to protect personal assets. Limited liability company that owns some real estate holdings and some investments holdings. In other words, make sure that you have a diversified portfolio even for your business. You need a diversified investment portfolio personally, but you also need a personalized investment portfolio, a diversified portfolio for your business also. This way you're layering both personal and business for yourself, and you're developing a lifestyle that you would like to hand down to your generations. Now, once you have created the ability to protect your personal assets with the limited liability company that owns some real estate holdings and some investments, say that you have like a spouse or children, then now you want to make sure that you are preparing a revocable trust. That makes that security of your LLC and for your personal investments. Now, what that does is allow this layer of protection that if you are sued, they're going to come after your assets. But because you don't have any assets, because it's under the LLC, protected as an S Corp or a C Corp, there you go. So that's why having an estate lawyer that is specializing in the type of investment portfolio you want to develop is critically important. And on the MagnetExchangeGroup.com website, we can direct you to those particular resources. Now, let's move on. So got a couple more goodies I'd like to share. Now, what happens with the asset protection and layering your assets, it also allows your family to have a centralized location for your financial assets. And it allows you to include children, your grandchildren, children, great-grandchildren, in the management and investment decisions of those assets at their age-appropriate stages. In other words, say I put together a portfolio where when all of my grandchildren are 21 or over, or 25 and over, and I can put certain stipulations on that. Either they're opening up their own business, preferably, or if they have to receive some type of education to go into the career field that they are looking to acquire, then they will have a say-so in that putting together that type of stipulation, and they'll understand why. And then there's some things you're going to say, look, this is how it is, and this is what you need to do in order to get this, because what you're explaining to them is you're looking at developing something generationally. That's why we call it generational wealth development and wealth preservation. You want it to stand the test of time. Now, a shareholder that owns a corporation and has elected for the corporation to be taxed as an S Corp, the shareholders owns an LLC that has been elected for the LLC to be taxed on a different basis than a regular C Corp. In both cases, the limited liability benefits of the business entity get the tax benefits of an S Corp, one being the ability to skip high corporate taxes and that comes with a C Corp. Now, there's a saying out there, don't hate the player, hate the game. Do not find yourself upset with wealthy people that know how to play the legal game of investments. Estate planning, now is the time with the technology that we have, the Google.com, the Google University, YouTube University. There is no excuse for ignorance in this day and time about how to be accessible to developing investment portfolios. Yes, there's a lot of information going on out there. A lot of it's bogus, but a lot of it's good. That's why it's so critically important to make sure that you are connected to a community of like-minded individuals that have the same heart, the same walk, the same talk, the same mindset, the same heart, that is doing the due diligence, that is doing the research, that is legitimate research so that you can make wise choices and decisions. And that's why I'm so excited that God has blessed me to be connected to the Mandan Exchange Group and Life Changing Alliances, because we have men and women that dig deep for the truth of the research that needs to go on out there. There's other licensed investment companies and corporations that you need to do your due diligence in your research. Just because they've been out there a minute does not negate you from doing your due diligence and your research and finding out the credibility of these companies, how long they've been in business, what is their success rate, what is their annual report. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to read. And I know what they say, if you don't want people to know anything, put it in a book because they won't read it. And y'all know what I'm talking about with that saying. But now it's time to open up the book. Now is the time to read it, because you don't want to lose your voice. Y'all know what things going on in the news today. Rights are being challenged. That is an assignment for the voices to be closed so that the voices are not heard. You must take the due diligence. You must put in the sweat equity to do the research, to read the right research, to be connected to the right resources that are available, that is giving us the real deal information so that you can make quality decisions. Now is the time to build your ark. I'm going to go biblical here on you for a moment. Noah had preached for over 50 years, maybe more than that. My Bible scholars correct me if I'm wrong. But if something has never happened before and someone's telling you, get your house in order, get your house in order, get your house in order. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It ain't never rained before. They don't know what rain is. Well, what happened when God said, okay, you built the ark I told you to build. You build it with the specifications that I told you to build it. And now I want you to take your family in, because everybody didn't want to go with the flow. And then when the rain came, what happened? The whole earth was wiped out. We have an opportunity right now to take advantage of what's going out there in the financial world. You have a responsibility to yourself and to your family, to your business, to your employees, to those that service with you, even those that are in ministry, in foundations, in organizations. You have a responsibility to find out what's going on in the financial world and be the sounding board for those that you are connected to make sure that they are getting the right information to be able to situate themselves and their families financially. If you don't have life insurance, get some now, especially if you are not on massive medications, you're reasonably healthy, you're going on your medical visits. Get some life insurance. Use GoFundMe for what it's for, and that's to develop your business, your organization, your foundation, so that people are willing to give to a worthy cause. There is an organization, a platform that I'm very excited about. You're going to be hearing me talk about it a lot more in these coming days, weeks, and months, because it is time for us to put our financial houses in order, for our personal, for our business, making sure that your assets are protection. I don't care if it's a washing machine. It's an asset. You use it. It benefits you. It's time to make sure that you are covering certain things, and especially in your businesses, to make sure that your businesses can stand the test of time. So please, ma'am, please, sir, take the time to do the research. Take the time to do the due diligence. Do not be afraid of what is being said to impart fear. Do your own research. Connect with MagnetExchangeGroup.com, and we will be able to give you information. We are an information hub. We share social information to just assist you in making right choices and decisions. We're not financial advisors. We don't, do what the licensed ones do. Find them if you need to. But if you're looking for 100% valid, deeply researched information, you need to check out MagnetExchangeGroup.com, and you will have access to that information to assist you in making sure that you are setting up the right asset protection, that you're setting up the right estate planning, that you are setting up the things that you need to make sure that you are protecting what you own. All I'm going to say is, if you've been blessed to own property, please hold on to it. Pay your mortgage, pay your taxes. Hold on to your assets that has value. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, another benefit of an S Corp is that you can separate your roles in the business as a business owner and employee of the business, and these two roles are taxed differently. We're paying all the taxes, employees, are we not? Okay, it's time to be on the other end of that and take advantage of the legal benefits that has been in the game all along. Don't hate the players, hate the game, but like we also say, if you can't beat them, you better join them. Find out how you can financially secure your business and your family. Now, another benefit to having an LLC, and we're going to almost wrap this up. The profits that are left over, you've taken care of all of your business expenses, you have a little surplus to do some other things according to your business plan, your vision plan, your marketing plans, all of the plans that we've been talking about that you have in place. But as a business owner, you can receive regular distributions of profit from the company for any amount that is not subject to the percentage of payroll taxes. CELA. Think about that. So you can go to successbeyondstrategies.com, put in your contact information, put in Laverne, I'd like to know more about my entity, making sure that my entity is structured correctly, especially if you are an LLC. If you're a corporation, you want to consider LLC entity status. Let's talk about it. Let's get that appointment in. Let's get that consultation in, and let's review what you currently have. And our team will come together with you to give our recommendation. Again, it is your choice at the end of the day what you decide to do, but we are here to support you to make sure that you are getting positioned properly for your business and for your personal assets. With that being said, thank you so much for joining me today for Business Strategies and Tips with Lady L. Please go to my YouTube channel, Lady Verne, LadyVerne. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I can guarantee you that when you go through your feed, the session that needs to come up for you will come up at just the right time to give you exactly what you need for that day for your business. Bye-bye for now.